Day 3 of the combine is in the books. Late night video, currently 12:21 while I record this. Lots to talk about, from who the Miami Dolphins met, some on the field stuff, and I got a fun story for you to start the video out. Let's jump into this. What is up, Fin fans and football fans? For the last two, I said Fin fans, but it could be football fans, because you don't have to be a Dolphin fan to watch this video, because I kind of give you my thoughts and things I'm hearing and all these other stuff of the combine and some of the top performers. So you don't necessarily have to be a Dolphins fan, but thank you for hanging out. So yeah, I'm going to talk about who the Dolphins met with. We're going to go into that stuff. Then we'll go into how the combine was today. But like I said, real quick, I got a fun story. So being Saturday that I'm recording this, technically it is Sunday morning at 12:22. But Saturday, I'm hanging out with my daughter. She's being a nut. She's 4-year-old, so she's loud. I see my phone ring. It's Seth Levitt. Cool man, good friend. Pick it up. I'm like, what's up, Seth? If you don't know who Seth is, the fish tank, him and OJ McDuffie interview some of the best and great Miami Dolphin fans, players, and still fans, I guess you could say. Great human being. Pick up the phone. I'm like, what's up, Seth? And he says to me, hey, man, I'm at a JT Foundation, Jason Taylor Foundation event, and somebody wants to say hi to you. And that person was Nicholas. My man Nicholas from Western Florida. I got to chat with him. I told him that I would shout him out in the next video because he is a great young man. He says he's been watching me since he was 12. He loves what I do. And because of that, and the reason I want to talk about this is I've been having a rough day. I've been having a rough couple weeks, maybe even a month with my anxiety. It's been really bad and really taking a toll on me mentally. And that phone call from Seth, which again, I adore Seth, and to listen and talk to Nicholas and hear how much he appreciates what I do, how much he watches this, and all that, it just really helped me in a rough day I was having, and really helped me in a rough, like, almost month that I've been having. So Nicholas, shout out to you, and also to everyone in the comment section that, always gives me support and constructive criticism and is there, and the 51,000 subscribers and plus, because we're almost at 51,100. Twitter, all you guys, I'm going to get mushy real quick, but I love you all. Thank you for all the support. Again, you have been really helping me through a rough time I've been going through for the past month. My anxiety has really ramped up. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure it out, but I really appreciate you guys, and doing this takes my mind off of it. So no, I will not be stopping, and I will continue to push through and do this, because this is my therapy and you guys really help me. So thank you so much. Let's jump into it. So the Miami Dolphins met with Gray Zabel, guard from North Dakota State. Please, if they can find a way to draft this man, I will be ecstatic. Like ecstatic. University of Missouri's Armand Membo? University of Texas's Calvin Banks Jr., who is a possibility at 13. University of Miami's Jalen Rivers. Now, this is what Banks had to say. He said, it was a great meeting. It's definitely a place that I would love to be at, and coaches I love to play for. Whereas Rivers says that it went great. Went over film. I talked to Coach John Pierre, the assistant offensive line coach, talked a little bit to Coach Butch Barry as well. It's been great. Watched film. I really like them. So again, Jalen Rivers out of the University of Miami, you probably can get him in the later rounds. We'll go into more of that. From Membo, I think that's how you say his name, the offensive lineman out of Missouri. He said it was a fun meeting, talking to McDaniel. Zabel also added that the big thing that stood out about their meeting was the passion they had for football. Super high football IQ on that program and on the team. McDaniel especially made an impression on Zabel. He has a great outlook on life, happy-go-lucky type of guy. Loved being able to finally meet him, shake his hand, and have a meeting with him. So that was kind of a surreal moment for me. I would love if the Dolphins were able to grab Zabel. And I will talk about all this tomorrow or today if you're watching it. Is the offensive lineman. So I know that video and that end shorter because today's combine ended at like 9 p.m. This is why you're getting this video so late. I think tomorrow's will end shorter because it's just the offensive linemen. So I'll be able to really give you one tomorrow, and then Monday on we are into free agency, because next Monday the 10th is when the tampering period starts. So this whole week is free agency, getting you ready for next Monday when we start tampering. So I got a lot to talk about. Real quick, throw you a little teaser. Deebo Samuel traded to the Washington Commanders for a 5th rounder. So, you know, things are already starting to move. Things are already starting to happen. Stafford supposedly is getting a contract extension. He's going to stay with the Rams. The Rams also keeping their tackle. The guard for Kansas City got franchise tag, so he's staying there. This week is where you're going to start to see players get moved and all that stuff, but I'll talk about that on Monday. So let's jump into this. We will look at kind of the top performers. And today was quarterbacks. When it came to the 40, only 3 guys ran. Now, Tyler Show, I think that's how you say his name, 4.63. He was happy about that. He got really pumped at that. Brady Cook, 5.49. Not much there. Running backs, on the other hand, Titan with a 4.32, running back out of Virginia Tech. I have him on here. That's another reason, guy, if you want to jot down some big names. Blue with a 4.38, Smith with a 4.39, Harvey with a 4.4, Montrell Johnson Jr. with a 4.41, Trevor Etienne. I wonder, is he related to Travis? Comment below. I should know this, but again, I'm more getting ready for free agency than I am the draft. A 4.42. And then you have wide receivers, Matthew Goldson with a 4.29. Jeez Louise, Dante Thornton Jr. with a 4.30. Then you got Chimere, I think that's how you say his name, with a 4.34. Jalen Lane with a 4.34. Arian Smith with a 4.36. I was like, did I say his name right? Ty Felton with a 4.37. These guys are fast. And like I said, look at all these 4.3 times, right? 4.2, 4.3, 4.3, 4.3. And then you look at the corners. 4.2, 4.3, 4.3, 4.3. They got to keep up with each other. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys play out. Now, go into some of the standouts, and I do want to talk about quarterbacks. In yesterday's video or earlier today's video, depending on when you watched it, when I talked about some of the standouts, I put clips in there, and I already got flagged, and they tried to demonetize my video, so I had to take out the clip of who did I have to take out? The tight end from Texas, Gunner. I had to take him out, Gunner Helm, because I got flagged for that, even though it's like a 10-second clip in the bottom corner of the screen. So I'm not going to be able to put any clips in here. I apologize, but you can go to the NFL.com, or you can go on anywhere, and you can see the clips of these guys going. So now, again, no order from most important to least important, but Quinn Ewers had a good day, actually. Quarterback out of Texas. He threw a velocity on outs and dig routes. He didn't connect on a lot of his passes, but he was very effective on most of them. And he helped his case because he had a rough 2024. He had some injury problems. He definitely showed he had a problem with his pocket presence. So coming out and throwing with the velocity he did and making the throws he did definitely helped his case. And I will get more into the quarterbacks at the end, because that's the only quarterback I'm really going to talk about that kind of did well to elevate his case. Then you got Quinshawn Junkins. This man, running back at Ohio State, 6 foot, 221 pounds, ran a 4.48, fast, elusive, caught the ball, and great transition running up the field. You'll notice that they do those routes where they run kind of from sideline to sideline, the catch, then they catch the last one, and they turn and run upfield. That's to help with the swing routes and help with all those routes to see how they can catch and take it upfield. He did really great at those. Again, he's fast, elusive, great with his hips. That's a guy you need to really look at. There's some running backs in this class. Obviously, we about Genty. There's some good running backs in this class. And obviously, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, Mike McDaniel got excited for a few of these. He loves his running backs. Then you have Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Texas, 5'11", 191. He's the one who ran the 4.29. Now, his film was, he didn't do much, I would say today. He kind of ran his 40, did little things here and there, but he didn't do anything. But that 40 matched with his film that he had in 2024 is all he needed. He ran, again, a 4.29. Xavier Worthy, Tyreek Hill, all these styles of receiver with that speed matched with his tape from 2024. It's going to be good. Going to be a good year for him, and obviously we'll see where he gets drafted. Then you got Jaden Higgins, wide receiver out of Ohio State, 6'4", big man, 214, 447. Now he doesn't have elite quickness, and but his vert was a 39-inch vert. So again, he ran a 4.47. It's not. You look at these wide receivers, and if you look at a 4.47, it is. I'm just going to show you because I'm not even going to count. 4.47 is all the way down here. There he is. Jaden Higgins, right? Look at all these receivers that ran faster than him. So it's not that elite speed, but he has the vertical ability and he has the height to challenge on the outside with these corners. Looked at the ball into his hands, quick up the field, especially for his size. Again, he's a big man, but he was quick in that aspect. And you might be asking, what do you mean ball into his hands? Watch the ball into your hands, not catch it and look to run. That's where a lot of these guys who are butt naked open, running a cross or running a post or whatever, see that they got the open field and are thinking touchdown before catching the ball. So they're kind of like, and they drop it. So you always want to catch, look the ball into your hands and then go. Very good at doing that. Him and his teammate out of Iowa, really, really good day for the both of them. Then you have Tutton, running back out of Virginia Tech, 5'9", 206 pounds, 4.32 40. Now, he had great hands in the passing drill. Again, this is something that Mike McDaniel's probably jotting down. He doesn't have elite change of direction, and that is where the 20-yard shuttle comes in, where they have to run, touch the cone, run, touch the cone, run, that whole thing. That kind of shows your change of direction. He ran a 4.41 in that aspect. So not elite change of direction, but he will make you miss in the open field. And he seems like a guy that might fit the Miami Dolphins system. Now, where does he rank when it comes to PFF, right? Because obviously it's early. You still have pro days. You still have a lot of things where things can definitely change. But when it comes to Tutton, he is low. When it comes to PFF, they have him low. So he is ranked 181. Their grades on him weren't great. He had a great 2022, but not great after that. Again, 181. So the Dolphins, if they do like him, they could definitely get him in the later rounds, especially with that speed at 4.32. And you know how the Dolphins are. They love to take running backs in the third and fourth round. Look at Devon Achane and look at Jalen Wright. So that's kind of the receivers, tight ends that kind of popped out at me. I do want to talk about quarterbacks, right? You have Jalen Milroe, quarterback out of Alabama. He had a good day, right? He didn't have a great day. In all honesty, none of these quarterbacks really presented themselves as the clear number 3. Jackson Dart is kind of the hot commodity right now, and a lot of people are talking about Jackson Dart. I'm even talking about the possibility of a team trading back into the first to get him like Lamar Jackson, like they did for him. But no one has really solidified themselves as that number 3 behind Ward and Sanders, right? Now, Jalen Milroe is, he showed today that, it wasn't a great day for him, but he did show today that he is a guy that you possibly want to invest in as a project. And because he showed the velocity in his throws, he showed his arm strength, he showed a bunch of things, but he still was off on some things, and some of the things of why the reason. And again, if we go on PFF, I think they have him ranked low. Yeah, 107. They have his PFF ranking. Will Howard didn't have a great day. He was missing on some throws. They have Jackson Dart at 127. I expect that to change completely with PFF. They have Dylan Gabriel at 85. I think Jackson Dart was just going to shoot up the board and probably be that number 3 if I had to choose. I really like the way what I saw Jackson Dart. He's another guy who's a little raw. All of these guys besides Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are kind of raw. Dylan Gabriel has some work he needs to do. Jalen Milroe has some work. Will Howard, he was off on some of his throws. Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, like I said, he was kind of off. McCord, I do like McCord. He could be a 4th, 5th round guy that the Dolphins could grab if they wanted to. I'm going to go full into detail on all this stuff after free agency. Like I said, probably the 24th, that Monday, we'll start free draft stuff, give free agency like a week or two. But the quarterbacks, like I said, most of the top guys were solid, weren't great, and no one really came and solidified that number 3 spot. But we'll see with the pro day. We'll see with some other things. They're going to meet with teams. There's a lot that's going to be done. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But comment below. I'm very interested. Did you watch the combine? And if you did watch the combine, what are some names that popped out at you when it came to the running back, wide receivers, and quarterbacks? What's your thoughts on the Dolphins meeting with four different offensive linemen, and these are top offensive linemen. Gray Zabel is one of the top guards. Calvin Banks is one of the top tackles. Like, what is your thoughts on the Dolphins actually meeting with these guys, and are they going to keep the promise of actually concentrating on not only in the draft but in free agency, helping out that offensive line? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you tomorrow talking about the final day of the combine. Talk about offensive linemen, top standouts, and then Monday we kick off free agency week into the start of free agency. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.